Silver Rails, the continuing saga of the Silver Rails Railroad. This is a follow-up to the unboxing we did the other day with the 4 locomotives. First, I want to show you the American Flyer 561. I did have a tender stashed away, fortunately I was able to put with it. And in my junk box I had a boiler front for it. This is the O-gauge 1/64 scale operating mail car. Now, I haven't been able to get the E unit to cycle properly, so I have it locked in forward, but it does run. Someone took good care of this locomotive. There's a fancy headlight bulb in here, probably an LED. This is the boiler front that I found that fits it. What I like about this engine is the upper marker lights and the lower marker lights. All the valve gear. It's really a beautiful engine. I'm very pleased with it. And then let me show you the tender that I have for it. And I believe this is the proper tender. It's die cast as well, and even the tender has marker lights. One here and one here. I think that one needs a jewel. It has this nice little ladder with the extension up here. Grab rails. There's a grab rail here, one missing here. Grab rail here and grab rail here. So it's really a nice little locomotive. I'm very happy that I got it. Then we go to the 3 Marx locomotives. First, we're going to have a look at the 1666. Although it doesn't have the numbers on it, it's been repainted. It has a metal boiler, no smoke unit in this one. Actually, it may be a 333. I take it back. I think it's the 333. But I guess some came without a smoke unit. One thing I like about this one is it has red marker lights. The ones I've seen had green, but this one has red. And they light up a little bit. Let me run it around once with a light out and we'll see if those red lights, marker lights, do anything. I didn't have on hand a die-cast tender for it, but I think this Southern Pacific tender looks pretty good with it. So unless I find a die-cast tender, that's the one I'm going to use. The next one up is the Marx 999, and I'm using a wedge tender with this. And the wedge tender has the metal tilt couplers. Like I always say, you need a 7-year-old to put these things on the track and get them all hooked up. I think it's because their fingers are just the right size. At any rate, I can't run it around the layout because it'll bounce on the Lionel switch. But it runs good, as you can see. very happy with this locomotive. And the final one up this one is the 1666, so I got it in the 333 mixed up earlier. I don't have a tender for it, so I'm using the Lionel tender, which I think looks good with it anyway. The Lionel cheapo special plastic tender, but it'll do the job. And this seems to have a smoke unit in it, but I haven't been able to get it to smoke, and I haven't taken it apart to figure out why not. But since it has a double reduction motor in it, it should run fine around the Lionel layout, including through the switches. That is, if I ever get it on the track and hooked up. All right, here we go. Goes down. Now the cure for that dirty track is to run the track cleaning car around the layout. I did a previous video on my Lionel track cleaning car. And what I did was made a Scotch-Brite pad. You cut it in a circular pattern and you put it on the bottom of that Lionel track cleaning car. This is a single layer green Scotch-Brite pad. It really makes those things do a good job on the track. And I use a shortened roll of coins for additional weight to press down really hard on the track. I haven't used a solvent or a cleaner in conjunction with this yet because I haven't had to. So that's my tip for the day. And to close, well, I hope all of you have a wonderful what's left of the fall, and we're now in the winter here in the North Florida, and actually it's been in the 30s in the daytime, early in the morning, and mid-50s or 60s in the daytime, and so far it's been a very cold winter, and this past summer was a cool summer. Hope all of you have fun with your railroads during the holiday season and Christmas. So long. I forgot to mention that this die-cast American Flyer tender has a chugger mechanism in it. It's got a motor like a smoke unit motor for a smoke and tender thing, and maybe that's how it evolved into the smoke and tender. Now listen to the racket this thing makes. It does not make a chugging sound. Fortunately, it has an off switch underneath. I can't read the number on the tender to tell you what the number is. It's faded out, but it's an interesting thing, and maybe I'll be able to figure out how to make it sound better someday. But as you see, it's off now. Power's on, but the thing is quiet.